The granddaughter of Toots Hibbert is calling for an end to all selfish motives and agendas. Since the passing of one of Jamaica's reggae legend, Frederick Toots Hibbert, various members of his family and the entertainment industry have paid heartfelt tributes to the legendary entertainer on various platforms. The most recent tribute comes from his granddaughter, Miss Rattigan. She fondly remembers Toots as the best grandfather who fathered her. However, Miss Rattigan is also making an additional plea. She is requesting that all selfish motives and agendas be put to rest, so that Toots Hibbert's wishes may be achieved and executed, and that his name will be honored in a respectful way. The final resting place that was determined for this Grammy Award-winning singer Toots Hibbert had been the subject of much debate since his September 11th passing. This followed complications that resulted from the pandemic. Some members of his family have called for him to be buried in his birthplace in Clarendon. Many had hoped that a mausoleum would have been built in Treadlight, Clarendon, one that was similar to that of the great Bob Marley that currently exists in 9 Mile, St. Anne. Wish to see Toots Hibbert be interred in a mausoleum in Treadlight District in Clarendon was not to be honored or granted, as a decision was taken by his widow, Doreen, to inter his body temporarily at Dovecote. The family had to abandon those plans when the burial order could not be found when they were at the graveside. The Minister of Culture and Entertainment, Olivia Babsy-Grange, later made a decision to offer the spot at National Heroes Park in Kingston, which was initially earmarked for one of our cultural icons, Charles Hyatt. Ms. Rattigan briefly mentioned that situation, which unfolded on Thursday, October 15th, during the funeral of Toots Hibbert, which led to the body of the internationally acclaimed singer being returned to the funeral home. She mentioned that she wanted to set the record straight and provide some information. According to Ms. Rattigan, she was not a part of the planning nor the organization of that funeral service at Perry's, or the planned interment at Dovecote for his body. She further went on to state that she attended the funeral out of respect for her grandfather and the family. But what happened was a blessing in disguise, as she knows that this was not the type of service that her dearly beloved grandfather deserved. She also stated that it was always her intention to honor her grandfather in every way possible, as his life and legacy was that of giving freely to others. According to Miss Rattigan, Toots was very kind, caring, and loving. She further went on to state that when the widow of Toots, along with his children and other family members, heard that the National Heroes Park would be made available, they, along with his fans across the globe, were extremely overjoyed. The entire Hibbert's family wishes to convey their deepest and heartfelt gratitude to Minister Olivia Grange for being there for them, for providing all the necessary support and giving guidance and encouragement as they were dealing with the loss of a husband, father, grandfather, brother, uncle, and friend, and a great musician. Miss Rattigan further went on to express her gratitude to Charles Hyatt's family for giving up the spot. We deeply appreciate your kindness and your good deeds, which will be imprinted on our hearts forever and inscribed on the soul of the Hibbert family. Miss Rattigan has mentioned that Minister Grange could be assured of the family's support for the plans to execute the send-off for Toots Hibbert. She later shared that up to the time of his passing, Toots was in studio recording music and had released Got to Be Tough, which she believed was his parting gift to the family, and she later shared some of the words from the album. Got to be tough when things get rough. You got to be tough, and this is a warning. You got to be smart living in this time. It's not so easy to carry on. Rattigan further went on to state that her grandmother Doreen and the family will continue to honor Toots' legacy with dignity and pride. They are extremely grateful to Jamaica, the world, and to everyone who has given them their support in prayers or deed. To his band members, his team in Jamaica, and globally, we appreciate all that you have done. After the October 15 funeral incident, the family has been talking with Minister Grange, and they discussed the matter, and they relayed that they were very happy that a spot was chosen for Toots at the National Heroes Park. They were also extremely happy that he will be given the hero's burial that he so rightly deserves. They have expressed their gratitude to the family of Charles Hyatt, Minister Grange, and Prime Minister Holness for their assistance in making this a reality. According to the statement, the members of the family of our dear departed and well-beloved Frederick Toots Hibbert, including Mistress Doreen Hibbert, his widow and partner for more than 50 years, and his daughter Labour, did not wish to make a public statement at this time. This was due to tremendous pain of losing their husband, father and truly a great Jamaican. However, owing to the misinformation that has been circulating in the electronic and print media, the family has mentioned that they felt compelled to do so. The family has mentioned that their first choice was to have Toots interred at the National Heroes Park. They explained that Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Grange had called a few days after Toots' passing to say that the government was considering burying the reggae icon at the National Heroes Park. According to them, they were particularly disappointed and heartbroken when about a week later, at a meeting with Minister Grange, they were informed that no more spots were available at the National Heroes Park. They mentioned that they were told that no more entertainers would be buried at the park. Miss Hibbert Bailey mentioned that she was ecstatic that her father would be receiving the kind of honor that was due to him. Mrs. Hibbert Bailey mentioned that her father was a cultural ambassador and that he was loved by all across the globe. She was extremely happy that he's been given this burial at the National Heroes Park. She expressed her gratitude to Miss Grange for all that she has done, and of course, thanks to God, miracles still happen. Intention of some of the Hibbert's family that he would be buried in Clarendon, where he was born. The family has mentioned that they explored that possibility as it was another great option, and that they had identified a family-owned property, but issues with the land title made it problematic to secure a burial permit. There was not enough time to buy a piece of land and make the necessary arrangements for the funeral. A decision had to be taken to bury Toots at Dovecot temporarily until the family could purchase and develop an appropriate property in Treadlight. Mrs. Hibbert and her daughter, Labour, are quoted as saying, "Our hands were tied. They ran out of options." They were saddened by his passing and were depressed as the weeks passed, and they made his funeral plans as they finalized everything because they needed closure. She stated that her mother was sad and she needed closure for her mother. Her mother did not want to leave Toots at a funeral home indefinitely. No one understands the pain and the amount of tears that the family has cried. I just wanted it to be over and done with. Plan was to purchase a property in Treadlight with the intention of purchasing somewhere large enough to build a fitting tribute to Toots in the form of a mausoleum, a gift shop, a restaurant, a small recording studio with enough space to keep small concerts. Honor the life of Frederick Toots Hibbert. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about all of these issues that have arisen. A statement coming from Miss Rattigan asking for the end of selfish motives and agendas. She's asking for unity and consensus. Of course, she's calling for everyone to come to an agreement, and she has expressed her gratitude. And so has the rest of the family, to the Prime Minister, the Hyatt's family, and also to Olivia Babsy Grange. Of course, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think about all of these issues surrounding the passing of the great Toots Hibbert. Funerals and grieving can be extremely difficult for family members, and emotions are high. However, it is very important for support to be provided to all involved. Thanks for watching. Remember to share the content and remember to subscribe. Goodbye and be safe.